NFL winners and losers from week 2.
Top 5 for each. I apologize for everyone that didn't make the cut, even though they had a good week.
How about this guy, though? I mean, he has to be a winner. Ryan Fitzmagic. What a stat line.
I will preface this. We are in the cycle of the Fitzmagic cycle where things go well when he's the backup, subbing in as the starter. He was, again, fantastic this week against the Philadelphia Eagles. He leads the NFL in passing yards. He's thrown for 819 yards. He's completing 78.7% of his passes with 8 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Oh, and that's
a rushing touchdown, which is just swag off the charts.
That's my Halloween costume this year.
Oh, God,
I've already cemented it.
You're going to have to grow out a beard, though.
Yeah, that's very true. Tom, can you teach me your ways?
It's genetics, buddy.
Fair.
I guess, Cam, the overarching question now is, do they need to stick with Fitzpatrick as the starter?
You do.
But do you, though?
Even before Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing so well, there were rumors out there that there was no sure thing Jameis was going to be the starter.
I don't think Cutter and Winston get along.
That's true. They don't.
I think that's a big issue for those two. But here's the end point for me. I'm looking beyond just this year, which I don't know if Cutter is because his job is very much on the hot seat. Fitzpatrick is not your franchise guy. Don't you need to see if Winston is? That's my mindset. But I'm looking for a more multi-year view.
You're not riding the hot hand quite yet, Tom.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Hot hand, though, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, absolutely. He had 6 touchdowns yesterday at Heinz Field against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 10 touchdowns total, the most of any player in NFL history in his first season, or actually in any season, within a span of 2 games, beating out Peyton Manning in 2013 and Drew Brees in 2009. But how about Patrick? I mean, he's balling out.
He's been so good. At some point, I still kind of think the downs will come for Mahomes, but this is unbelievable. 23 of 28, 326, and 6 TDs. That's not fair. Those are video game numbers, man.
Unbelievable.
And yeah, the Steelers aren't the best defense, and LA didn't have Joey Bosa, but if you had told me this is what Patrick Mahomes was going to do to start the year with 69.1% nice completion percentage, 582 through the air, and 10 touchdowns with no interceptions and 0 interceptable passes so far, he's been almost perfect.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I'm eating my words, by the way.
It's insane.
Because
I am super happy because I am a Patrick Mahomes dynasty fantasy owner, and I couldn't have dreamed this would be any better than him.
It's all about fantasy for you, huh?
It is at times when it's when things go bad for me in other parts of my life. It is all about fantasy, but Mahomes has been so good. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
All right, so the 49ers got their first win of the season yesterday, thanks in part to Matt Breida, 11 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown. That 66-yard scamper yesterday against Detroit really helped propel San Francisco to the victory there. Matt Breida could be the starter, Tom.
I think you're still going to see a rotation.
Yep.
I think that's kind of the Kyle Shanahan MO. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, Cam, but I would definitely give Matt Breida more work. Maybe he's not as efficient to get rid of that 66-yard carry, but he's been really good so far. Mm-hmm. Sign me up for more Matt Breida, Cam.
And there was a lot of buzz going into this season about Alfred Morris because of his history and the Kyle Shanahan scheme with the Washington Redskins and all that. But let's remember, that was Alfred Morris of 2012.
Yeah, he was.
It's 2018
He was fine for the Cowboys, but I don't think the Niners' offensive line is as good as the Cowboys is.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Absolutely. I go with more Matt Breida, plain and simple.
All right, Matt Breida is a winner this week. Next up, Geno Atkins ate it up against Matt Skura, the puny center for the Baltimore Ravens.
I just had to put this in for you, buddy. I had to do it. He was almost unblockable. 5 tackles, 2 sacks, had 5 hurries total. That is dominating. Now, I think in general, we overestimate the number of hurries and sacks a defensive player gets. 5 hurries and 2 sacks is unreal. Aaron Donald, by the way, still searching for his first sack of the year. Geno's got 2 in that game alone. He has been.
Geno's just over here hello.
Just chilling. I think he's one of the more underrated players in the entire NFL. Geno Atkins makes plays. He was fantastic against the Baltimore Ravens, and he's going to keep being great each and every single week. So I was very, very pleased by how well Atkins plays. He's one of the more underrated guys, I think, in the entire NFL.
Absolutely. Fantastic performance against my Baltimore Ravens. Terminator Cop. Man, Cam, not your week 2. It was not a good week at all.
No, it was not.
That I can tell you. All right, so Geno Atkins, a winner. How about Darius Leonard, a defensive player for Indianapolis?
18 tackles. Wow. Second-round pick out of South Carolina State. He's now got 27 on the year. I was very impressed by Leonard, especially, of course, against the run because the Redskins had nothing going against the run. He chipped in a sack, a forced fumble, and a pass breakup, too. I wasn't that high on him coming out, Cam.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bit of a surprise, almost a reach pick there, but fantastic work there by Darius Leonard. He was a no-brainer winner. If you have 18 tackles, I don't know how you're not a winner. Because that just means you're making plays over and over.
All right, so here are the guys who hashtag won it yesterday in week 2. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Patrick Mahomes, Matt Breida for San Francisco. And to the defensive side, Geno Atkins with Cincinnati and Darius Leonard of the Indianapolis Colts. So those are your winners for week 2. We'll get to the losers. But first, another winner, BetDSI. Head to chesssports.com/bet. That's how you can win some easy money when you're betting on the NFL, college football, NBA, so much more. Use that promo code LIVE120, folks, for that 120% deposit bonus.
Put down $100. They'll give you $120 for free, a grand total of $220 to bet with if you go to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code LIVE120.
Keep those questions coming. Tom Downey here, Cam Rogers with you. Let's go to the NFL. Losers from week 2. Tom, did Sam Bradford play the entire game?
I don't care. He's garbage.
Oh, my God.
Get him off my screen.
90
I'm
yards.
done with Sam Bradford. He is averaging 4 yards per attempt this year. I am done with Sam Bradford. Put Josh Rosen in. He can't be that bad. How do you throw the ball 27 times, complete 17 of them, and end up with 90 yards? Are you serious? Come on.
You get a hamstring injury from Larry Fitz.
And you're paying him up to $20 million, by the way.
All bets are off at the wide receiver position. But, yeah, I mean, Sam Bradford has to be better than this.
I'm done.
Has to be. All right.
Get him off my screen.
Let's go to Adrian Peterson and give Tom his wish. 11 carries, 20 yards, 30 receptions, or receiving yards, I should say. Not great.
Stock up. He was a winner last week and then came crashing back down to earth this week. I do kind of feel bad for Adrian Peterson. 11 carries for 20 yards. That was a little bit more like what we saw the previous week overall for Adrian Peterson. 11 carries, 20 yards there. Just 3.14 yards per carry. Redskins threw it 46 times for some silly reason, Cam. I'm not really sure why. I get like maybe game script, but got to run the ball a little bit more effectively, I think.
Yeah, I agree. So Washington, they have a good offensive line. They should have ran the ball more. Meanwhile, a star wide receiver played last night, Odell Beckham Jr.
You sure he played?
He didn't do much. No.
He had 9 targets, but the Giants were kind of lofting it up to Cody Lattimore late in the game. Byron Jones and Chidobe Awuzie kind of shut down Odell Beckham. I feel like they forgot about him. 4 catches, 51 yards, but how? I know the offensive line is terrible, but run the slant. Run a screen to Odell Beckham. Why was that not a factor? It's just, I expected so much more from him. I know fantasy owners did too. That was a very disappointing game for Odell Beckham. Plain and simple.
Meanwhile, nice job by the Dallas secondary there.
Very good job. Byron Jones, an honorable mention winner, targeted 5 times, 1 catch, 0 yards. That's really good.
Pretty solid. Not so good for this guy. Daniel Carlson is now without a job, and this is why. Missed 2 field goals in overtime. Had a chance to win for Minnesota. They ended up tying.
Yeah, so he actually just got cut. He's now a free agent. The Vikings signed Dan Bell. We'll dive more into that here in just a second. But he missed 2 field goals in overtime, 1 from 35, 1 from 49. You do that, as Cam scrolls through the YouTube comments here, you're going to lose your job. Plain and simple.
Yeah, absolutely. Not
Sorry,
very good.
Daniel.
Daniel Carlson.
5th round pick out of Auburn, too.
Without a job. Rough. Dan Bailey now on the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah. We'll get to that later. But finally, one more loser here. Vontae Davis is now retired.
I just want to go on a little rant here. I've seen other outlets declare Vontae Davis a winner because, he walked away from the Bills. Haha, we get it. How can you blame him? He quit on his team. He walked out in the middle of a game and just left.
Bizarre, isn't it?
And he said he meant no disrespect to his teammates and coaches. How is that not disrespectful? The rest of your team is counting on you to be a key contributor, and you retired in the middle of a game. He had as many retirements as he had tackles. Shame on Vontae Davis. That is a disrespectful move by far. That is not, yay, Vontae Davis. That's shameful. Shame on you, Vontae. That is not an okay thing to do if you're Vontae Davis. You have got to be better than that. Don't go on and quit your team in the middle of a game. That's the ultimate bra this year. I am very disappointed by Vontae Davis. That's not okay to do.
The losers from week 2, Sam Bradford, Adrian Peterson, Odell Beckham Jr. Poor Daniel Carlson and Vontae Davis, who retired.